it's Michelle here. Thank you for tuning in, giving this time to your body. So what I have created is a short sequence using your BJJ belt to help elongate without doing anything too strenuous. This is going to be a very simple practice, accessible for anybody who just wants to maybe give a little bit of love to their body. I know I have been training pretty hard lately in and off the mats, and my body's definitely feeling it, so hopefully this helps you. You might find a little use, might find it beneficial to maybe have some props, so they can be anything from books, your gi, pillows, anything that might help support you. So we'll begin this practice by lying down on your back in Supta Baddha Konasana. So this is a hip opening pose, and this is where you can use two props, perhaps to place it underneath your knees on each side, a pillow, whatever works for you. So we want to allow gravity to help us get deeper into these postures. And the props just make it a little bit easier for the hips to open up naturally. So whenever you're ready, just gently come to lie back on your elbows. Then slowly lower down the body. Just allow the hips to hang heavy. You can close down the eyes. You might be feeling an intense sensation in the inner thighs. See if you can release the tension there. Soften. Direct the breath to wherever it is that you're feeling sensation. The pose should not hurt, so if you are feeling any sharp, pinching, tingling sensations, just bring the knees together. Have the knees touch in the middle, and the feet can extend out to the side. We'll only be in this posture just for a few more brief moments. In this particular style of practice, we want to allow gravity to do the work for us. Take inhalations through the nose. Feel the chest expand. Feel the rib cage expand. Just a couple more sweet breaths in this posture. We hold on to a lot of tension in the hips. So let's see if we can release some of that. Place your hands on the outside of the knees and close the legs together, and remove any props that you have off to the side. Take a hold of your belt. You're going to interlace the belt around the big part of your foot. To start, just bring the knee to chest and just extend the foot to the shoulder and back to your chest. You might feel a slight pinching sensation, and that's okay. You can keep the left leg extended or bent, whatever feels comfortable for you. It's important that you realize and understand what it is that your body is needing. I can only direct you into the postures, but I don't know how you're feeling. Let's extend that right leg. I personally am going to extend my left leg down to the ground. And by keeping that left foot flexed, I get deeper into the backs of my right leg. So you can interlace or interloop the belt around your hand just for a firmer grip, more firm grip. Bring the elbows close in towards the center line of the body and flex the right toe. Try to keep that right hip plugged in. To get deeper into the backs of the legs, you can point the toes up to the ceiling and point the toes towards, flex the toes towards your face. So point up to the ceiling and flexing towards your face. We'll do that a couple more times. You can even point the toe out to the side and to the other side of the wall. You'll feel different sensations wherever it is that the foot is moving, along the back of the calf, the hamstring. So just play around with that. See where it is that you get the most sensation. Do a couple more. Pointing, flexing, turning the foot out to the side. There is absolutely no structure in this movement. Then place the belt in your right hand. Drop your left arm over out to the side and extend the right leg out. You might need to shift your hips over a little bit to the left. And if the foot doesn't quite touch the ground, that is perfectly okay. Just allow it to hang heavy, opening up side of that leg. The head can remain in neutral or it can face the left side. In these postures, I like to close down the eyes and really focus on where it is that I'm feeling the sensation. But it is not painful. So if you are feeling any pain, please back out of it. By inhaling deeply, I'm initiating that parasympathetic nervous system, telling my body to relax. It is so important when we practice these postures to be in that state of relaxation. Bring the right leg back to center. Place the belt in your left hand and drop the right foot over towards the left side. Extend the right arm. You can gaze up towards the ceiling or gaze over that right hand. Whatever feels comfortable for you. You should feel this in the outer edges of your right hip. Bring the foot back to center, lower it down. Bring both knees to chest, wrap your arms around anything you can grab onto, opposite elbows, and just gently rock side to side, lower the head down. Just taking a moment to reset before we get into the other side. Excellent. Lower down the right leg. Loop your belt around the pad of your foot. And we'll just gently start by bringing that left knee to shoulder, back in towards the center line of the chest. Might feel a pinching sensation. We're just signaling to our body that we're going to be working in that area. Extend the left leg up. Flex the foot towards your face and point the toes to the ceiling. Ground down through that right heel So it helps you get a little bit deeper into the backs of the legs. Point the toes towards the face and up towards the ceiling. Moving with your own breath. Point, flex. And also move the foot from side to side. I really feel this position in the backs of my calves. And grab onto the belt with your left hand. Extend the left foot off to the side. Drop the right arm down. Head can remain neutral or looking off to that right shoulder, whatever allows you to be more comfortable. Remembering in these positions that are slightly less than comfortable for you, you can direct the breath to wherever it is that you might be feeling any intense sensation. So perhaps if you're feeling it in the inner groin, see if you can inhale through the nose, taking a deep belly breath. See if you can direct the breath all the way to where it is that you're feeling it. Let's bring the leg back to center. Grab onto the belt with your right hand and drop the left foot off to the side for a gentle twist. Left arm extends out to the side, and you can look over that left palm or up to the ceiling. Your choice. You might not even need the strap. You might be able to hold on to the foot with your hands. A couple of sweet moments in this pose. We only start to feel benefits from a twist after 30 to 40 seconds. Excellent. Bring the left foot back up to center. Lower down the left leg. Bring the knees in towards the center and drop the right knee down on top of the left leg. Both knees back to center and left knee drops down on top of that right ankle. Just windshield wipering our legs. You might feel it in the quads. A couple more times on each side. Maybe your hip joint pops. Just creating some synovial fluid here. Excellent. Chuck your chin to your chest, wrap your arms around your knees, and gently roll a couple of times, gently massaging the lower back until you come into a seated position. Scoot yourself back, extend the legs, grab onto your strap, pretty wide. You're gonna ground your heels down into the mat, lower the shoulders down, and start to lower the strap down to your lower back, slowly with control. Inhale as you come back up to center. If that was a little tight, just extend the width of your strap. Lower down. Inhale to rise. Keeping those heels really glued into the mat, so straightening out the legs. Inhale as you come up. exhale as you lower the strap down. So the movement is coming just from our shoulders. The rib cage should not be flaring. We'll do that a few more times, just really getting into the shoulders here. Let's do 3 more. Inhale as you come up, and exhale as you lower down. Last one. Beautiful. Now place the strap around the pad of your feet. You can loop the strap around your hand, so creating a little fist. Inhale as you bring your chest forward. Release the shoulders. So instead of them being up close to your ears, draw them down. Open up the chest, engage the legs, glue those heels down into the ground, and start to extend your chest forward. You might immediately start feeling this behind the calves, in the hamstrings. Once you have found your edge, you can lower down the head. So keep pulling the feet towards your face and actively pressing the heels into the mat. Inhale, let's all come up to center. Taking a big breath, lengthen, and exhale, fold forward. Do that a couple more times. Inhale, up to center, pulling on the strap, and exhale, lean your chest forward. Inhale, up to center, and exhale, melting your heart towards your toes. Excellent job. Release the strap off to the side. Shift your legs over. We'll come into a tabletop position. Extend the right arm up to the ceiling. Thread it underneath the left shoulder. Drop your right ear down to the mat. And here you have 2 options. You can extend the left arm in front of you, or you can wrap the left arm over your right thigh, and with the assistance of your hands, shift your hips back into the center line of your mat. So you can either keep the toes tucked or untucked, whatever is feeling comfortable for you today. So continuously pressing that elbow up towards the ceiling if you've taken the bind. Notice if the hips are shifting over to the left side. See if you can bring them back to center. Beautiful. Let's make our way back up to our tabletop position. Extend that right arm up to the ceiling. Twist and lower that right arm down. We'll take 1 cat-cow. So inhale, round the spine, tuck your chin to your chest. Protracting the shoulders, so we're pressing the shoulders away from each other, and drop the belly down towards the mat, looking up at the ceiling, pushing the mat away from the ground, so creating that space from your shoulder to your ear. And inhale, the left arm up to the ceiling. Taking that twist and thread it underneath that right shoulder, dropping the left ear toward the mat. So once again here, you can extend that right arm forward or wrap it around, taking a bind, Grabbing onto your inner thigh and using the assistance of your hand to shift your hips. Continuously pressing your shoulder into the mat, twisting up towards the ceiling. Using your breath to help you twist. Couple more breaths here. If you've taken the bind, gently lower the right hand down. Press into your right hand and extend the left arm up to the ceiling. And lower the palms down. Firmly grab into the mat by pressing into all your fingertips. Spin your elbows so they're facing towards the front of the mat. Tuck the back toes and hover the knees. You're going to start to send your hips back with your arms straight, slowly straightening out the legs. Maybe the legs don't straighten all the way, that's perfectly fine. Maybe the heels don't straighten, or maybe the heels don't touch the ground, that is fine. So this is your downward facing dog. What's important here is making sure that you're pressing into your index finger and thumb, so we're getting an internal rotation from here, and we want to create an external rotation of our shoulders. So let's bend the right knee, straighten out the left. Bend the left knee, straighten out the right. So we'll just do this motion a couple more times, bending one leg as we straighten the other. Remembering to press the mat, pressing your hands away from the mat so we're not dumping into our shoulders. Bend the left knee, lift it off the mat, extend it out to the left, and start to create circles with the legs. So bring it in towards the chest, out towards the left of the room, and just do any motions that feel good for you. This is not any structured movement. We're just simply rolling out that hip, getting some synovial fluid in this joint. Lower down the left leg, lift the right, point it out towards the side, and circles on this side. The toes can be pointed or flexed, whatever feels good for you. We're going to step the right foot forward into a low lunge. So what's important here for this particular pose is making sure that if you're really deep into that lunge, that we bring this together. So you're creating a little bit of traction here. Now walk your hands back, flex the right foot, inhale, open up, open the chest, looking either straight in front of you or up towards the ceiling, creating some length. And before we fold forward, let's check that your hips are in correct alignment. So both hips should be facing forward with your chest open, forward fold. You'll immediately feel this in the entire back side of your right leg. Let's do that a couple more times because it's easier to hold positions when you do them in dynamic movement versus static holds. So inhale, open the chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, open. Exhale, fold. Couple more. Following your own breath. Last one. Bend into that right knee. press into your hands. Lift your back leg. Send the right leg back into your downward facing dog. Take a couple of moments to pedal out the feet. Just notice how one leg might feel different compared to the other. Step the left foot in between the palms of your hands. Same thing on this side, energetically bringing those thighs together. Lower your bum down. Flex the left foot. Inhale to open up the chest. Check the alignment of your hips. Make any necessary adjustments you need to. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Moving along with your own breath. Sorry about the hair situation. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Exhale, fold. One more. Excellent. Let's bend back into that left leg. Frame the front foot. Untuck the back toes and make your way into your downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet. And come on to your knees into a seated position. Start to roll the shoulders. Bring the shoulders up to the ears and roll them back. And bring your hands out in front of you and interlace them behind your back. Bring your palms together. You might feel this in the tops of the shoulders. So what's important here is that you're pressing your palms together. If you're not able to do that, just make sure that your chest is forward and you're trying to press the palms together if you can. Now you can extend the knees out wide, open up the chest, and drop your forehead to the mat. So this might be where you're at today, and this is enough. Respect your body and its limits. But if this is okay for you and you want to go a little bit further, you can extend the palms overhead. Finding length between the shoulders. The two areas we hold the most tension are the hips and shoulders. A couple more sweet moments in this position. You might feel some tingling sensations. As long as it's not painful, stay here. Slowly, using your core, lift yourself up to center. Shake out the hands. Shift your legs out to the side and come to lie on your back. Extend the right leg over, the right foot over the left quad. Interlace your hands in between your leg, grabbing just below the knee for a reclined pigeon. So here, you want to flex the right foot and see if you can bring the right knee energetically towards the top of the ceiling. So this will help you get into the outer right hip. You might even feel it in the inner groin. You can stay still, or you can gently rock from side to side. I know for me personally, when my body's feeling really tight, I struggle to stay in static holds. So just rocking side to side allows my body to relax into the posture. It softens my muscles. Place your arms out to the side like a T. Shift your hips over a little bit towards the right and drop your legs to the left. So you can stay in this funky twist, or you can get even deeper for twisted roots and interlace your right foot underneath the calf. And drop the legs over to the left side. Your back might reward you with a slight crack. Can remain neutral with your head position or look over the right palm. You can close down the eyes if you haven't done so already. Gently bring the knees back to center. Unravel the legs. Take a moment to reset the spine before moving into the other side. Place the left foot over the right quad. Bring the knees in close to the chest. Grab just below the knee on top of the shin and point the left knee up towards the ceiling. Remembering that not all sides of our body are symmetrical, so one side might feel a little bit different than the other. You can rock side to side to make the movement a little bit more gentle for you. Flexing that left foot to get deeper into the outer hip region. Couple more breaths here. Extend your arms out wide to the side. You can wrap the left foot underneath the right calf, or keep it as it is. Shift the hips slightly over to the left and drop the knees down to the right. You can place your right hand on top of your knees or keep them extended, head in whatever position feels good for you. Soften into the pose. You've done so much work up until now. Allow these last final postures to really work for you. The poses are here to benefit us. They are simply tools. There is no perfect pose in yoga. Put so much time in our bodies, strengthening them, training them. It is so important to give back to our bodies that do so much for us. Unravel the legs, bring the knees towards your chest. Our last pose before we get into Shavasana, happy baby. So you're going to grab onto either your heels or onto the tops of the feet. Extend your feet up towards the ceiling. Now we're going to do a dynamic version of a happy baby. So you're going to bend your right knee as you extend the left and switch the movement. You can go fast or slow. Linger in any spots that feel nice and juicy for you or don't feel juicy for you. Keep switching legs. Your lower back can be lifted off the mat or planted in. Does not matter. As long as you're feeling good from the pose, is the only thing that's important here. Excellent. Bring the knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a big hug for the work you've done here today. Squeeze everything together. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Even the muscles in your face scrunch up together. And extend everything down towards the mat. Feet as wide as your hips are even wider. Relax the shoulders into the mat. Palms facing up. Allow the tongue to come to the top of the roof of your mouth. Jaw hang heavy. Releasing the shoulders into the mat. Feeling the arms heavy. Observing the breath. Releasing the whole upper body into the mat. Feeling the hips heavy. The weight of the earth supporting you. Allowing your body to simply be here right now. Gently bring the index finger to your thumbs. Just bringing awareness back into the body. You can point the toes. Maybe you extend the arms overhead. We'll bring the feet together. Just like a fetal position. Rotate your body over to the right side. Eyes can remain closed. Just lingering here in this embryo state. Allowing the effects of the practice to really integrate within our body. With little to no effort. Let's come into a seated position. Place your hands in heart center. Thank you guys for sharing your practice with me. I hope you walk away from this feeling a little bit better than you came in. Namaste.